Hey everybody, and I'm Crazy Jay, and I just want to welcome you all to Crazy Jay's World. This will be my first podcast, and I look forward to doing, a bunch more. So, the first episode I wanted to just kind of give a rundown of who I am, what I'm trying to do. So, my real name is Chris, but I do go by Crazy Jay. Growing up, a lot of people would call me Crazy, My last name starts with a J, so they would be like, "You're crazy," with my last name. Don't want to give out my last name just yet. But, so the name kind of stuck with me. So I am really fond of Crazy Jay. So I decided to call my podcast Crazy Jay's World because it's, my life and you're going to be watching me, hopefully, on a continued basis. And so it's in like my world. So I felt like the name was perfect. Crazy Jay's World. So the things I want to talk about on my podcast are addiction, because I'm in recovery. I have 9+ years of sobriety. So that's a big thing for me, is my sobriety, because without it, I wouldn't be here today. I have a lot of great things in my life now because of my sobriety. And, I'm just very proud of it. I have a lot of beliefs, about the government and conspiracy theories, stuff like that. So I would like to talk about stuff like that I see online, share some thoughts and insights about that with you guys. Also, I like sports. I'm a big Las Vegas Raiders fan. I'm big football, my favorite sport. So I do like that. So I like to talk about Raiders. I watch also about the Raiders too. I like the Mets in baseball. I'm a New York Rangers fan in hockey, and I'm a Chicago Bulls fan in basketball. College, I like Duke in basketball and the Miami Hurricanes in college football. Let's go you. Let's go you, baby. Anywho, I do like to joke around. I want to try to joke on here, make some people laugh. I like to tell jokes if I can. I'm not a great joker, but Batman is my favorite, and the Joker isn't my favorite, actually, villain in Batman. My favorite villain is the Riddler, because green's my favorite color. I love the color green. Green is the Riddler with the question mark. It's so cool. So eventually I'd like to have, hopefully, people on here to be part of this, people that you don't know, people that I know in my life that I like to have come on and talk. This guy right here, I don't know if you could see him. It's my background because, I'm doing this in my bedroom right now, and hopefully eventually I won't. But this is Mr. I don't know yet. I don't have a name for him yet. I'm trying to think of something. The background's making me all kind of blurry, so I don't really have. I like this background. I chose this one because I thought it was kind of cool. I'm hoping, if I could kick off this podcast and make it something, then I can maybe get somewhere to actually do it better, It's all about thinking about things to talk about, and I need to come up with topics and stuff. So I'm going to talk about addiction. So like I said, I have 9+ years in recovery, and I've come from a long way. I was married. I'm divorced. I have custody of my kids. My oldest is 20. He's my oldest son. He's a junior. And then I got my daughter, who's 18. And then my youngest son, who is 16. I want to get in custody of them because my ex-wife is, she's having problems of her own. We're not going to talk about her right now. I will maybe eventually talk about her, but not right now. This is about you guys getting to know me. So I am 44 years old. I am living currently in the state of beautiful New Jersey. I'm from Jersey, born and raised. So as a kid, I had problems growing up, didn't have a great life. I did at points, but my mom married a guy that I didn't have too great of a time growing up with. He was hard on me. He doesn't understand that, but he was. So that was a tough way of growing up, because I felt like he treated me differently than my brothers that my mom had with my stepfather. So I got treated a little differently. So I guess growing up with that affected me without knowing it as I became an adult. So, I went through my child years doing, being a kid, doing dumb things. And then I wound up hitting my teenage years. I got into punk rock. I was a big punk rocker. Punk rock. Listen to punk rock music. I like techno also. I'm a big techno guy. I like music. I love music. I like all types of music. I don't just listen to one type. I'll listen to opera. Opera's great. There's not wrong with opera. Opera's just fantastic if you really listen to it. Some of those deep chords, great. Just great deep chords out there in opera. So yeah, getting back, I finished high school. I started using, drugs in my teenage years. I started smoking weed when I was young. Probably about 11 was the first time I ever smoked weed. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 11 too. I quit cigarettes about a little over 2 years ago. I just vape now. I still vape, but I did quit smoking. But yeah, so my teenage years, I had a lot of friends in school. I had a lot of friends growing up, and I started having panic attacks when I was about 18, and I didn't know what they were at the time. I didn't know they were panic attacks. So I stopped smoking weed because of it, because the weed made me get very blah. It made me not feel right, so I couldn't do it. But alcohol didn't do that. Alcohol, I could actually drink and be okay. And so it started my journey to being an alcoholic. And I started doing dumb things as I started drinking more and more. things that I don't remember from blacking out. But I want to marry the girl that I met her in high school for a short period, and then we wound up getting married when I was 24. We dated for about a year and a half before we got married, and then we got married. We were pregnant with my son, but she hurt me a lot in my marriage. Like I said, things I'm not going to get into at the moment. Maybe down the road as I do more podcasting, I can talk about that. But so we're divorced now. Yes, I did say that. So I drank a lot in my marriage. I got introduced into opiates and other drugs. So basically, I used for a long time. My life was miserable. My ex-wife, I loved her. She hurt me over and over again. So drugs was the way to cope with that, you know. It was a way for me to escape. Yeah, I vape. I know. I hope it's not. I could cut that out, though, I think, so that's okay. I'm still just learning how to use this platform. Riverside, it's pretty cool. It's not too bad. I got the timer up there so I could see how long I'm doing this. I hope I can be good at this. You know, I'd like to sit here and talk to people. It's just to come into a content. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff, and I love the content that I see on there. So I really want to try to do this. If I don't make it, then I don't make it. You know, then it just wasn't for me. But it doesn't mean I can't try. So yeah, so I'm divorced. And long story short, I went through a lot of ups and downs, and I finally got sober. I learned how to live sober one day at a time. The first 7 months were rough. It was a very rough time for me. Sober, I didn't know if I wanted to be. I wasn't with my kids. I was living in upstate New York with at my grandma's house because my grandma lives up there. She's from here also. And basically, I came back to be with my kids. I had about 2 years sober when I moved back, and I've been back ever since, and I've been doing really good. So yeah, this is just a test run, basically, of me seeing how I can do this podcast. Because like I said, I got to start coming up with stuff to talk about. Because if I start boring people, people aren't going to want to watch me. They're going to be like, nah, this guy. I don't want to watch this guy, you know? So I need to come up with a system here to figure out how to actually do this. I want to do it. This is pretty cool. I'm enjoying myself. I'm actually enjoying just talking in the microphone, you know, but I got to talk about things. So interesting, like let's say, like, the government stuff. So, I mean, I know a lot of people go online and they see a lot of that stuff about the reptilians and all that. I was watching this guy, I forget his name, some skirt. I don't know. I like a lot of that stuff because I believe in a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot of things going on in this world that we don't see. Like, you ever get like that second sight? I feel like I have that. Like, a lot of times I look at the clock and it'll be 11. Man, and it happens so much. It's not like by accident. It just happens. Like, I'm like, I wonder what time it is. And I just look at the clock and it's like, oh, it's 11:11. Or 3:33, for instance. How about 3:33? That's another one, 3:33. No, there's a lot of things that are going on in this country, in the world. I just don't understand, like, why life had to be the way it is when it never had to be. Like, we could have made life so much different. Like, it never had to be like this. Like, we could have built our own houses. We could grow our own food. Transportation, I understand there's ways, like, there's just ways to get around the ways without having to always work your life off for a piece of paper to be happy. Like, money doesn't make happiness. Money makes people sad. Like, rich people think they're better than you because they have money. Poor people don't understand you because they don't have money. The middle class is stuck in the middle because they have money, but they don't have money, if that all makes sense. So we basically make people have to work their whole lives for something to live, and you miss out on life. And believe me, I have a job, like, I work, but I look at it like, why do I have to go to work for something that I'm struggling anyway? Like, I get paid a week and I struggle. Like, what am I supposed to work 4 jobs? How am I supposed to do that? I can't work 4 jobs. It's not fair that people have to work 3 jobs or 2 jobs to live anymore. Like, what is going on? Why is it like this now? Like, we're all programmed. The system programs you to make you feel like this is what you have to do. You have to get up and go to work every day or whatever, 5 days a week, 9 to 5, whatever you want to do. Not everybody even does that. There's jobs, like, I work overnight too sometimes, you know? Like, it's tough because you're trying to live because this is what you're told you have to do to live. You're told you have to work. Like, you have to go to school from when you're 5 until you're 18 to get your education. For what? To work. Yes, to understand numbers and languages and stuff like that, but also to work. So the point I'm making is it never had to be like this. And then with the wars and the killings, like, people join the army and the military to go die for what? What are you dying for? You're not dying for America. You're just dying. And I wanted to join the military, and when 9/11 happened, I look at it like it's just crazy, you know? And then I go online on my phone and I see all these things about, you know, what's really going on and this and that. And a lot of it I believe because I think it's true. You know, I don't think anything's a conspiracy theory because a lot of conspiracies are real. You just have to know how to look at them. I just say that, you know, just what I believe in. You know, I believe in anarchy, but in good anarchy, not what they want you to believe anarchy. They want you to think anarchy is destruction of fire and blowing things up and hurting people. That's not anarchy. Look it up. Anarchy is not that. Anarchy is the power of good. It's a power of not having control over you, you know, like, and you can't have that because we have governments and all this other stuff. So you're never going to have that. As long as there's government, you will never be free. You're not free. You're trapped under, what is it? You're trapped under policies and all that stuff. You know, that's why they call it politics, because it's policies. You know, they pass all these policies that you have to buy. Like taxes, for instance. There you go. So when you pay taxes, you are paying to go to work. How does that make you feel? You get up every day and you go to work and you say, I'm paying my taxes. Yeah, you are. You're paying society. You're paying to work. You pay to go to work. You get paid to go to work, but you're also paying to work. So, and if you don't pay taxes, what happens? You have no rights, technically. Like if you work off the books, you don't have those rights because you're off the books. So you're not technically contributing to society. You know, that's why a lot of foreigners do it, because they can't work on the books because they're foreigners. And, you know, that's another thing. America's based on foreigners. It's based on different agricultures and people that came here. It's not just Europeans weren't the only people that were here that came here. Like, I mean, look at America. There's a lot of different cultures. It's not just whites. There's whites, there's blacks, there's Chinese, there's Puerto Rican. There's everything. Everything's here because that's how it is. That's what makes this country great. It's not just one. You look at other countries that are like that too. It's not just America that has different, like all these other countries have it. There's a lot of other countries that have it. It's not just America. No, this podcasting thing I really want to try to do. This first episode was just going to be, you know, a test run for now. I want to get comfortable in front of the mic. I want to get comfortable with the headphones, listening to myself, which actually doesn't bother me. I kind of like it. I like this. Like, it's not bothering me. I'm just hoping I could keep doing it, keep finding things to talk about. But again, like I said, I have, 9+ years sober. I appreciate my recovery every day. I'm blessed to be sober. I'm going to continue that ride. I did take a course like 2 years ago on peer recovery to be a peer recovery specialist. I never did my volunteering hours, so I never technically got to where I wanted to be with it, but it's okay. I learned a lot from that course. I have books from that course, so I still have tools from that course. I can help people if they need help with sobriety. I love talking to people. I'm a very outgoing, sociable person. If I'm hoping that this podcast will reach people and people want to start. I love that people come on here and talk about recovery. Like I want people to come on and talk about the government. I want people to come on and want to talk about things. That's what I really want to do with this. Like, I want to have it where it's not just me talking, it's people. Like, I want to get people on here. I'd like to get someone to do it with me down the road, this podcast and thing. I was told a couple years ago in a meeting about how I had a good radio voice, and I was like, nah, I don't still know if I do, if it's, how my voice is on here, but I can hear myself and I like it. I actually like the way I sound. I definitely do think I have a good voice for this. Now I'm listening to myself talk, but yeah, I feel like I have a voice and I need to get it out there, and I feel like this is the right way to do it in a way, like I don't know how long my episodes would be on here. I could shoot for 15-minute episodes. They don't have to be long podcasts. Well, in the beginning, at least. Maybe if I start getting people to come on and stuff like that, I can make them longer. I'd like to do an hour. I feel like talking to someone else, like having a conversation with somebody talking about things that I can ask them would be better. Like doing like interviews. That would be pretty cool. This is probably like an all over one, which is whatever. This is my first one. This is a test run for me. I might post this. I don't know. So if you listen to it, I hope you like it. It's probably bad, but that's okay. I have to work on myself. I have to work on doing better with this, and I'm going to keep at it. Yeah, I'll have to come up with some topics and stuff. I'll have to look, through the phone and see, like, what's going on in the world, Yeah, I'm Crazy Jay, though. The little icon in the corner I created that. I like it. It's me. It has part of the Raiders in it, and then it's a little bit of punk rock and anarchy and a shield for defense against, the bad people. The swords for my so I could defend myself. I got the shield for blocking, and then I got the swords for defending. It says that symbol of mine says a lot about me. It was perfect. That's why I drew it. I dreamt about it, didn't know what to come up with. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. And then I used ChatGPT to help me edit it. Yeah, I'm going to try to, figure things to talk about here because I don't want to bore people and then no one even wants to listen to me. I definitely think I can enjoy doing I know I can enjoy doing this. I'm enjoying myself now, just hanging out. And I'm just talking to my computer. I'm not even talking to anybody. I need to talk about things. And a podcast is definitely a good place to do that. I feel like, I can have people write back and give me some insights. If there's things you want to hear from me or about me or me talk about, bring it up. I'm hoping to learn how to put this out, on platforms. I'd like to talk about things. If there's things whoever listens to me is interested in talking about, write it in the comments or whatever I'm supposed to do as I figure this out, and I'll talk about it. Let's talk about the Raiders. I'm excited for football this year. I'm so excited. I feel like they're going to be good finally. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Raider fan. I'm saying it because I mean it, because I feel it in my gut. I actually could feel it. I think they got a good team, man. Max Crosby's a beast. Mendoza's going to be a good quarterback. Even if he doesn't start the first couple of games, it's okay. Kirk Cousins is good. Clint Kubiak's going to be a brilliant coach. I'm glad we didn't get Ben Johnson 2 years ago or whatever it was last year. Yeah, last year, because I don't think the Raiders would be good with him. I don't think he was the right fit for them. I think Clint Kubiak's the perfect fit. He's a Christian. Mendoza's a Christian. They're going to get spirituality in that locker room, man, and it's going to raise them, and they're going to be good because of it, because they're going to be at a whole different level than other teams, and they don't even know yet. That's the power of God. That's the power of believing in something higher than you. That's what I do. I believe in something higher than me, and I feel like I'm supposed to do this, whether I suck at it or not. At least I could say I tried, I got to stop saying things and not doing. I keep talking about I want to do my podcast, and I haven't started, and finally I'm like, I got to start this, because if I don't, I'm never going to do it. But yeah, like I said, if there's things that people want to talk about, I'd love to hear from anyone who watches this about things that they're interested in talking about. I would like eventually to do live streams and have people come on. I'm still trying to figure out the kinks of this. I got to learn how to edit my videos and stuff on here, and I plan on it, and add some music, maybe some cool pictures, some stories in. I could talk about iPhone. I have an iPhone. I could talk about iPhone, talk about Android. I could talk about politics, work. Maybe down the road, eventually tell you guys where I work. I mean, people who know me will know where I work, but there might be people that watch this that live in California that don't know where I work. They don't know me. No one knows me yet. People know me. That's what I mean. People know me, but I'm talking about people who, don't know me. Not yet, but they can. Right. Anyhow, yeah. I just, I'm not on here to entertain anybody. I'm on here to be me, I'm me, baby. You get what you see. That's about it. I know you just can hear the vape. I can cut that out maybe. If not, I'm sorry. I vape. I'm going to vape on my streams. I'm home. Vaping's not good for you. Maybe one day I'll quit. But at the moment, no, I'm vaping. So I want to know how everyone is out there. How's everybody doing? How's everybody hanging? See, at work, it's easier to be funny because I'm around people. See, when I'm by myself, I'm talking to a screen, so it's tough to be, to be funny. I'm not like a comedian. I don't know jokes. I don't tell jokes. Maybe if I went on like stage at like a thing, what are those comedy shows? Maybe then I could be funny, But right now it's not, because I'm in my room making a podcast or whatever I'm making, whatever this is that I'm making. I also got one of these things, which I don't know if I'm gonna use these guys. So I don't know, this camera's weird. It's the background. Yeah, this thing. Sorry about the echo noise, guys. You kind of hear everything. Well, I have a boom mic, so let's try that. That's a little bit better. I guess maybe if I keep my monitor up higher, Let's see if you can see my little guy better. Yeah, it's Mushroom Man. That's his name. He's Mushroom Man. Hello, Mushroom Man. He'll be part of my podcast. I would like to, hopefully maybe make merch and stuff down the road. If I get big, if this even does anything, I'd like to. This microphone's pretty good. It was $80. Something that wasn't cheap. And the computer that I got was like $6 that I bought to do this. Plus, I need a new computer. I was using an old Chromebook. Chromebook wouldn't work for this. I wouldn't be able to use this Riverside Studio probably on it. It just wouldn't work. Yeah, I got an HP. It's very nice. It's got AMD Ryzen 5, AMD Radeon graphics. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice computer. I like it. It's good for now. Maybe down the road get a better one. But this is beautiful for what I paid. I'm not rich. I'm very thankful for what I have. The fact that I could save up money because I go to work to buy a computer to do a podcast is pretty awesome to me. I also have a PS5. I'm a PlayStation guy. I don't hate on Xbox, but I don't like Xbox. Sorry, Xbox. I mean, you guys have your thing. PlayStation's just better. They have better things. I have the PlayStation Portal, which is pretty cool because you can, I could go to California or Nevada to go see the Raiders. And I could bring my Portal and I can play my PlayStation without even having to lug my PlayStation with me. That is pretty cool. That's another thing, man. That PlayStation Portal, boy, I recommend it. It's pretty cool. It's a cool thing to have. So, also, I have tattoos. I love tattoos. I tried doing tattoos. It didn't work out. I think I waited too long in my life to do tattoos. I still can do them a little bit, but I'd have to try to get back into it. I never really got into it. I did a lot, tattoos on me, as you can see. This background is good, but I don't know if it blurs out a lot. So you don't, but then you see my room. I'd rather have the background. I like this better. As long as you can see me, you don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about anything because this is what you're supposed to see. I didn't even know they had backgrounds on here. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying to do this. I'll keep at it. And if it doesn't work, thank you God for at least giving me a chance to try it. Like I said, I got to come up with topics to talk about. I got to look. I think that you could figure out topics. Probably ChatGPT could give me some topics that's going on in the world I could talk about. I'd like to talk about things that are going on in the world, and that's what I was saying. Like, I'd like people to, reach in and talk to me if they can leave me comments or whatever on my videos about things you want to talk about. Because I want this to be your channel, too. I don't want it to just be my podcast. I want it to be your podcast, too. Some people are scared to talk to a lot of people. There's people that are probably scared to get up here and talk on their computer like this and create a podcast because they have fears. I'm not. I'm not afraid. That's why I'm doing it. And if there's things that you want to get out there that you're afraid, you can go through me. I'm not saying I'm going to do a great job or I'm not going to do a great job doing it. I don't know that, This podcast is kind of like just me talking. I just want to talk. Like, I watch, what's his name? Who does the one podcast? He was an actor. He does A and stuff, UFC. Joe Rogan. I think he started like this too, with just a computer, and he just started doing it, and then it kicked off. But he's also a known celebrity, and I'm not. I'm not a known celebrity. I mean, are celebrities going to see this podcast? Possibly. I don't know. I mean, if they do, that'd be awesome. I'm not saying I'm going to get famous because of it. Probably not. Maybe that's not in my cards. I don't know. I want to be something in my life. I'm only 44 years old. I don't want to be where I'm at. I want to be better than I am. I didn't get sober to just be blah. And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm just blah. I don't want to be just blah. So I'm going to wrap this up because, like I said, it's a test run. I'm probably going to put this one out and just let people hear it. But listen, I want feedback. I'll get better at this. I've never done this before. So, people are going to watch it and be like, what is this crap? It's okay. Then I guess I won't have you as a viewer anymore. But I'm going to get better at it. And I appreciate, anyone who watches this and understands where I'm coming from. And I'm going to get better, and I'm going to have better, just me talking about things, and we're going to take it from there because I can just keep doing this and posting. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I don't have to talk about tech. I don't have to have someone with me. I can just come on here once a week and talk, and I'm going to look through the week at topics, and I'll write stuff down, and I will get better. So, this is Crazy Jay, and I just want to say thank you for listening to Crazy Jay's World, and I appreciate everyone, and I love you, and God love you, and peace.